Hey guys, what's up? Today we take a look over another Transformers Age of the Prime for you guys, but this time we're going to take a look over one of the new figures from 2026. Yes, a new figure. Now, I'm going to go on a little bit of a limb here. I have no clue what this character does. All I know is he's one of the 13 original Primes. Sorry about that. I was just going about the burp, but never mind. And the one I'm going to take a look over is this right here. So here we have the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe class, the 13 Quintus Prime. Now, before we continue on, you guys do a little bit of quick favor, so I'll be right back.
Hey you! Stop what you're doing! Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and enjoy your day.
So, I ordered this on Amazon, and I'm actually pretty excited to have Quintus Prime in my collection. I'm still missing a few more of the Primes in my collections, but yeah. So this one is part of the new Wave 1 of 2026, but also part of the Wave 4 of the Age of the Primes. Which I know some of you guys are going to start correcting me in the comment section, but let me do my job, please. Alright, this is my channel, and this is my video, so back off just a little bit. So, by the look of it, the new Deluxe class packaging right here. If you guys remember, it does have the little, the hook right there, but now this time we have it in the back right there, which thank fucking God. So here we have Quintus Prime artwork right here on his robot mode and vehicle mode right here. Transformed to 15 step to robot to a UFO, a spaceship. Side of the packaging right here, you can see the nice, lovely artwork of Quintus Prime with the artifact right here, which is the Amber Stone. And the other side of the packaging right here, you can see we have the rest of his primes right here. I still need to get Onyx Prime, and we are still waiting for Nexus. So yes. And the back of the packaging right here showing off everything right here, transformed to 15 step, and the artifact it comes with, which is the Amber Stone. So yeah. Speaking of the Amber Stone, here it is right here, and zooming in by the camera right there, it does look pretty cool. I'm not sure just like all the rest of the company, but mine has a little bit of a orangey red on it right here. Which, by the way, I have no clue what the Amber Stone does. All that I do know when I saw the first episode of Transformers Earthspark, I think it gave life to any Cybertronian, I think. I could be wrong, but long story short, I have no freaking clue what this does. He does have, this one have the Quintus symbol right here, so that's actually pretty nice. Speaking of Quintus, here it is. In his Cybertronian spaceship mode, and I have no clue what type of spaceship is this. All I know from the wiki is saying is a squiddy type Cybertronian spaceship. So, if you guys don't know who Quintus Prime is, he is one of the original 13 Prime battle that fight Unicron, and if I can recall, he is the one dealing with kind of somewhat biology and stuff. I have no clue about Quintus Prime, but I do apologize for that. But I wanted you guys can tell me the information about it so the people and the viewers can know about this in the comments, because, like I said, I have no fucking clue about him. So yeah, the paint and sculpted detail on his vehicle mode looks pretty cool. The different shade of this green right there with this, like the shade of brown right there with a little bit of purple on this right here, and the nice, beautiful, translucent tentacles in the back of it right there. This spaceship looks fantastic, and holy crap, it is actually a pretty good spaceship. Now, unfortunately though, there's some you had to deal with. You do have some visible head syndrome right here, which, if you're facing this way, if the camera can even focus, you can see the head is right there, sticking out. Part of it up here, by the way, is the part of the robot arms, which it does look pretty cool, like fusing together part of the front part of the spaceship. The extra arms right here, started in right there, which I'll show you in a little bit for, attack mode, which is kind of easy. And you can see the robot's legs back in there. You can see the feet sticking out. Yeah, the spaceship mode is kind of the weakest part of this figure, but it still looks best. The cockpit, by the way, does open up. Unfortunately, though, you cannot put in a Prime Master or a Titan Master in there, it only can go to the Ember Stone that stick in there, which is that's only the accessory he comes with. And yeah. And remember when I said the little attack mode of this right here? Well, you bring the arms like this. And there's a groove right there to go into this peg right there. Plug it in like that. Like so. And you can see he has little guns right there, which you can actually plug in effect piece right there to look like Quintus is about to attack some unwanted visitors or threats to make sure they don't fuck around with him. But also you can use it as a landing pad like this, which is actually pretty cool. Not gonna lie, it is actually pretty cool. The tentacles down here in the back are made of a rubbery material, and it's actually pretty cool. I do worry about the legs because they are made of like a translucent plastic right there. So I know when some of my friends tell me it's gonna be fine, I'm still worried about it. So yeah. You can see it has some nice detailing right there over there that you guys can see, but I wish it could add a little bit more paint to it, just my opinion. So yeah. So there's not much I would say about the vehicle mode right there. It's just a weird, strangey looking squid kind of thingy, and yeah, I really want to transform this figure right about now. So yeah. So the transform Quintus Prime is actually pretty easy. I did have some bit of an issue with the legs because the instructions, and I'm gonna say this, 100% doesn't make any fucking sense because the instruction for Hasbro gave us sucks. So I'm gonna show you how to do it. So the first thing to do is come by to the legs. Untap these. There's two tabs right there that connected to this part right here. All I like to do, like, bring out everything and untap these part right there, which is going to be the front of the robot legs, but you had to twist this around to face forward. Disconnect the both side right here, which is on a slot and a groove right there, which is actually pretty nice. There's a double hinge right there you guys can see that you want to straighten out. Next thing to do is bring down the feet. Disconnect this part right here to connect it to the back of the legs right here. Bring all of this down. You got the legs done. Now for the upper part right here, which the camera won't even focus, and I'm getting more pissed off about it. Bring the extra arms out of the way to face it back like that. Now, this whole front part of the vehicle will disconnect. Will split in half, which is actually pretty cool. There's a hinge right there on the shoulder that can go like that. And bring the arms like this. For the extra arm, have it in the back for now because I will show you that in a moment on one part. Bring the arms down, bring it forward. This is another hinge right here on this piece right here. So you want to connect it right here. There's a tab right there and go into this slot like so. There we go. And you do the same thing on the other side. Connect it back in here. Like so. And last but not least, bring the head down like that so far. And there you have Quintus Prime in his robot mode. And I just want to say one thing, the transformation of this figure is actually top notch and I love it so much. And holy crap, this is actually a good looking Quintus Prime figure because damn. The last time we got it was a Power of the Prime and that's kind of, you know, somewhat sucky, but here we have an actual toy of this one right here. The paint that is going to detail on Quintus looks pretty cool. You have this you have the same color right here for the vehicle mode, and now you have it more on the robot mode, and you do have a little bit of purple on the chest and a little bit on the arms, which okay, I guess. The arm does stick out on the back with the extra arms, which, like I said, I will show you that later on. And this is a good looking figure. One of the best parts about this figure, which I could bring it in, you do have some light piping. Now, if you guys don't know what light piping is when a figure has a translucent plastic in the back of the head, and if you shine a light on it, its eyes will glow. And it's actually pretty cool. Now, I want to tell you guys the major issues that I actually have with my copy, and this is actually pretty important. The forearms right here, well, not the forearms, the wrists that I have in my copy were so stiff. I actually had to use lubricant to fix this. Even with the head. I'm not even joking with the head. I can barely move the head. I actually had to disassemble this part right here. These 3 screws. And I had to pull this back just a little bit without actually breaking it. So the head can actually fall off. And I put a little bit of cushion glue on the ball joint on the head. Which it isn't on a ball joint. And now the head is perfectly good. And the wrist are okay. It's still a little bit of stiff though on the wrist, but the head are perfectly well. And thank God for that. Which, by the way, you can still remove the Ember Stone right here on the fake and the roll-on mode. You can actually hold it on the hands, which is actually pretty nice. But without it, he looked like there's nothing in there. But thank God for this part right here, which is actually made of translucent plastic. It looks like he has something in there. So yeah, that's actually pretty nice what Hasbro did. So not much on that. But let's put back the Amber Stone right here because he needs something filled in. And there we go. So articulation wise, head can only go left and right because of the giant collar right here. Can look up that far, down that far. Both of the arms on the sole, so it does go forward 360 degrees right here. Shoulder can go up and down like that, but that due to the transformation. Swivel the forearms right here. Bend at the elbow, 90 degree. Swivel at the wrist right here. Go for 360 degrees. The part right here that you guys can see, the bottom arm, does go for 360 degrees right here, but no wrist, no elbow. So that kind of sucks. You do have some waist joint right here. Does go 360 degrees, but that, of course, part of the transformation. All this right here, the little tentacles are rubbery. So all of them can go up and down like that. The legs can go forward, back that far, does go in and out. A perfectly good side swivel. A perfect 90 degree bend right here at the knee. And a super pivot. Holy shit. And the feet can go up and down, but of course that due to the transformation. And remember what I said, the extra arms in the back? Well, you can actually have it like this. They have like extra guns right there. So that's actually pretty nice. Or of course, the classic arms on the bottom like this. And the arms, of course, like this right here. But yeah. You know, for a figure that's like weird and I guess somewhat goofy, this is an actually good looking figure for a Prime. Even for like Quintus right here. I do love this one so much, so yeah. Alright, so I'm going to give it the final pose and give you guys my final results, so I'll be right back. This is the final pose I can give him, so yeah. So overall, Quintus Prime is an actual good figure, and I really, really do highly recommend it to have this in your collection. So yeah. Anyways, you guys, I'm going to end this right here, so have fun, stay safe, and I'm out.